Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, is going to be making a speech before the Senate tomorrow, Tuesday the 14th. What is he going to be saying? He's going to be telling the Senate that there needs to be regulation in place and that they're making no bones about it. They are absolutely going after crypto exchanges for what they believe are basically safe havens of crypto companies selling securities, at least in their view, are selling securities. But there's another side to this that I want to talk about in this video, because tomorrow, the 14th, is actually a huge day in the case of the SEC versus Ripple. So is this actually a coincidence, or is it a little bit of a smokescreen for what the SEC could be facing tomorrow? And in some crypto price news, Bitcoin, along with Litecoin, suddenly spiked up earlier this morning by over $2,000 in the case of Bitcoin, and then proceeded to crash by over $2,500, all in the matter of about a half an hour. I'm going to get into what on earth happened. Also, this question has been coming up on social media more and more lately. Cardano or Solana? Both of them are Ethereum competitors. What about Ethereum? Well, I'm going to be talking about what these companies have in common and what Ethereum has in common with some of the large internet companies of the early 90s, and why Ethereum could be in danger of being flipped. And just when you thought Michael Saylor was out of the news, he just announced that MicroStrategy bought another 5,000 Bitcoin. This brings their total to 114,000 Bitcoin that they now have on their holdings. Now, I saw last week some people speculated that Michael Saylor was actually the cause of the crash by moving it to another LLC that he started. That's not the case. He's continuing to buy. Hey everyone, my name is Randy and welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And right now on this channel, we are of course covering the Ripple versus SEC case, along with other cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any of those topics interest you, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon of course, and YouTube will send you a notification when I release a new video. And of course, if you're in the crypto community, I believe you are the most generous people on the planet. So if you're feeling generous today, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. That and watching this video all the way through, those are the two best things you can do to support a YouTube channel like this. So if you do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, so let's jump into it. So the first point I want to tackle is the news relating to a big price spike that happened earlier this morning. I saw it happen to Bitcoin when it climbed up over $2,000 in about 15 minutes and then proceeded to crash even lower than that, about $2,500 worth. In the preceding 15 minutes. Well, what happened was Litecoin was actually involved in this spike as well. Why? Because somebody posted out that there was a huge partnership between Walmart and Litecoin, and it absolutely went viral. Shortly after that, both Litecoin and Walmart said, no, there's no partnership. This was made up. So there was some major price swing, not just in Bitcoin, but this affected some of the altcoins as well, just because something that was made up went viral. Just another reason to make sure you are doing all of your due diligence before investing into something. Solana or Cardano? Now you can let me know in the comment section below which one you think could be the one to take out Ethereum or flip Ethereum, or if none of them may do that. Now if you remember back in the early days of the internet heyday, which I do, I was in college when the internet was just starting to really flourish. Companies like Yahoo, Alta Vista, Excite, they were all kind of the search engines, the directories of the day that were really booming. And at the time, everybody thought Yahoo was going to be one of the biggest companies in the world, and for a short time they were. So looking at what Cardano and Solana are doing, is Ethereum actually just the AOL or the Yahoo or the MySpace of the early internet days in the crypto world? 5 years from now, will we even be saying anything about Ethereum? Well, only time will tell, but companies like Solana and Cardano, they're actually putting a lot of pressure on Ethereum because they're actually doing similar things with their technology, but the way it's shaping up right now is that the transactions are way faster, the fees are much, much cheaper, at least at the current time. Of course, Ethereum has something that these other projects don't, which is an unlimited supply of tokens because they're being consistently mined. That's why they put this burn mechanism in this last update. Solana and Cardano don't exactly have that. And in fact, I've been seeing some recent videos of other crypto YouTubers talking about these certain projects that are being built on Solana and built on Cardano, that they think some of these projects alone could 100x and even 500x over the next couple of years because of their popularity. And they've really only just started working on these several months ago. So this is a crypto space that you got to consider this like the mid-90s of internet days. It's just something where a project can come out of nowhere and suddenly be on top within years. So let me know your thoughts. If you think Ethereum's going to be on top of the smart contract ecosystem in a couple of years, or if they're going to be taken over by Solana, Cardano, or somebody we've never even heard of yet. And especially when you consider that Ethereum basically got a free pass. And if you've been watching my videos for the past couple of months, you can see that as we cover the SEC versus Ripple case, Ethereum comes up quite a bit because of the Bill Hinman speech where it's now coming out that they basically gave Ethereum a free pass before they put the nail in the coffin, or at least attempted to, on a lot of these other cryptocurrency projects and ecosystems. So one has to wonder if Solana and Cardano might have a little bit of a crosshair on them. Guess it depends what the rest of the Twitter XRP army digs up, like they've been doing for the past couple of months. And now finally to the Ripple versus SEC news update. Tomorrow is a big day in this case because tomorrow is actually the deadline where the SEC is supposed to turn over the sealed documents that they didn't want Ripple to get their hands on, that they actually have to turn over to the judge. If you remember last week, the judge said, listen, you have to turn over these documents. You don't have to turn them over to Ripple, turn them over to me. I will review them in private. Well, some of the speculation has been that that is going to be the catalyst for a settlement, because those that are really cheering on Ripple in this case, they're certain that there is stuff in these documents that is actually going to prove that the SEC has been doing a bunch of shady things behind the scenes that they once swept under the rug because of a major conflict of interest at the time of the lawsuit. So tomorrow the 14th, well, what else is going to be happening tomorrow the 14th? Gary Gensler, who is the head of the SEC, is going to be giving his speech or a statement before the Senate. So what's this going to cover? Well, Jeremy Hogan just tweeted out, and I will link it in the description below, a snapshot of basically an outline of what Gary Gensler is going to go over in his speech to the Senate. And in it, it specifically talks about exchanges and lending platforms, and they are making no bones about it. They are absolutely going after the regulation of exchanges. And from Jeremy Hogan's point of view, he basically said there's going to be no warning shot, there's going to be no clarification, they're just going to simply go after them. So as reading through this outline of what Gary Gensler is going to talk about, he basically mentions that these exchanges that have 50 tokens listed, 100 tokens listed, 1,000 tokens listed, that there's a very, very remote chance that absolutely none of these are considered securities. In other words, even if there is one token that they consider a security, they're going to go after that exchange. And of course, their solution is to make all of those exchanges register in order to make sure that they're within compliance, which of course means all the KYC, all the information that the SEC wants to know who's doing the buying and selling would have to be turned over. We're going to see what's going to happen. So is this actually a smokescreen, Gary Gensler's speech to the Senate, kind of something to give a little bit of a warning shot to the rest of the crypto industry, and at the same time trying to cover up the news that may or may not happen regarding the documents that has to be turned over to Judge Netburn for her private review. Tomorrow's going to be a very, very interesting day in the crypto space, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not already, and like I said, hit the bell notification icon. That way YouTube will send you a notification. Like I said, I will put a link to Jeremy Hogan's tweet about what SEC Chairman Gary Gensler will be speaking about tomorrow. I'll put that link in the description. You can also follow me there on Twitter, and we can have a conversation about all of this and more. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and do all that. Don't forget to hit the community tab. I put up polls up there pretty much on a weekly, sometimes daily basis. Just want to know what your guys' thoughts are on the crypto space. And as always, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.